The financial issue has always aroused interest in people of all ages. Since the most remote times, there are those who have won fortune and others who still dream of this possibility. There is no magic formula that works for everyone, as each one finds their own way to success. However, when analyzing lists such as Forbes magazine, it is common to find several representatives of the Jewish community among the richest in the world. Do they have special skills or simply are lucky? In various cultures, Jews are associated with wealth, and even popular jokes portray this people as cunning or overly economic. However, these characteristics are not, in fact, the key to their financial success. What really stands out is your entrepreneurial mindset, ancient wisdom, and a unique approach to money. Some fundamental principles guide the life of the Jews and contribute to their success. One of them is the value of time. An old Jewish wisdom teaches that those who waste their time do not recognize the true cost of this loss, as time is the only good that cannot be recovered. Jews are known for their tireless dedication to work. They rarely get idle, always looking for new ideas and solutions for challenges. Early on, children in Israel are encouraged to maintain a productive routine. In addition to classes, they participate in extracurricular activities, sports, and various courses. This discipline since childhood makes it easier to adapt to an active and laborious adult life. The only moment of rest in the week is the Saturday, the sacred day when the work is interrupted. Another striking feature is humility in relation to wealth. Unlike what many imagine, Jews do not usually sport their financial success. Many millionaires in Israel live simply. They wear public transportation, wear modest clothes, and continue to work even after accumulating fortunes. A well-known example is Mark Zuckerberg, who, despite his fortune, prefers a discreet lifestyle, wearing jeans and tennis instead of expensive suits. This discretion is not casual. Jewish culture teaches that wealth should not be a source of pride. A popular maxim says, if you don't have money, don't be lazy. If you have it, you don't be proud. For them, pride is considered a serious sin, especially because they are a deeply religious people. Knowledge is seen as the largest investment. Jews believe that success, including the financial, depends on a solid basis of education and experience. Therefore, they prioritize offering their children the best possible formation, ensuring that they are able to achieve high income in the future. They are known for their love for books and the habit of learning throughout life. While many see knowledge as something abstract, for them it is a patrimony that is not lost, not even in economic crises. There is no shame in admitting ignorance on any subject. On the contrary, the search for learning is constant, even in old age. Also, they not only absorb information, but they know how to apply it in a practical and strategic way. As one Jewish proverb says, everyone complains about the lack of money, but no one complains about the lack of intelligence. Prevention is a basic rule. For Jews, money is not an end in itself, but a means to ensure stability. They use wisdom financial tools, such as the creation of personal reserve funds. This practice ensures economic independence and the preservation of capital, which is often transmitted from generation to generation, forming true family dynasties. This caution has historical roots. Centuries of persecution and instability teach them to fear the loss of everything they have. Therefore, they avoid superfluous expenses such as unnecessary purchases or gambling. A Jewish saying illustrates this mindset well. A fool can buy more than 10 sages can sell. Debt is avoided at all costs. While much of the world lives on credit, Jews prefer to accumulate resources rather than relying on loans. Warren Buffett, one of the largest investors in the world and of Jewish origin, has as one of its principles, keep a distance from credit cards. In Israel, financing is only used in extreme situations, when there is absolute certainty that the money will be returned quickly and will bring return. For them, living beyond possibilities is an unnecessary risk. Union is a fundamental pillar. The history of the Jewish people is marked by periods of adversity that, instead of dividing, have strengthened their community ties. Today, the Jewish community is one of the most supportive in the world. Any Jew knows that at difficult times you can count on support. According to tradition, asking for help is not a source of shame. On the contrary, arrogance is seen as a sin. There is even a saying, lend money in difficult times. This attitude is considered an investment in someone's future, with a return that goes beyond the financial. Healthy distrust is another feature. After centuries of persecution, the Jews developed a cautious instinct, especially in monetary matters. They know that nothing in life is free and that ingenuity can be expensive. A Jewish proverb warns, be wary of those who promise something for nothing. Therefore, They hardly fall into dubious blows or schemes. They prefer to build their fortune with hard work and patience rather than seeking risky shortcuts. Finally, although they value the money, the Jews do not put it above all. They understand that financial losses, although painful, are no reason for despair. His philosophy teaches that true treasure is not material, but wisdom, family, and resilience. After all, as they say, what matters is not how much you have, but how you live. No one is immune to financial failures or losses, but what really matters is attitude towards them. If a Jew loses money whether for theft, bad luck, or any other reason, it does not despair. Instead, it reacts with a phrase that sums up your philosophy. Thank you, God, for taking money only. After all, in life there are much more serious losses than materials. Nothing is more valuable than health and life, own or loved ones. If a problem can be solved with money, it's not a problem, it's just an expense. This is another pearl of Jewish wisdom. Another important teaching is that good desires alone do not enrich anyone. Jews value affection, words of encouragement, and prosperity votes, but they know that that alone is not enough to change reality. Therefore, they prefer concrete help, a useful advice, a business opportunity, or a practical support that actually improves your financial situation. For them, dreaming of a decent life is not forbidden, but it is a sin not to act to make these dreams come true. Being poor is not a shame, but it is the only good thing that can be said about poverty, says the tradition. From an early age, children in Israel are encouraged to earn their own money. It is not common to give the little ones with expensive items. Instead, it is taught to them how to work to achieve what they want. This mindset strengthens autonomy and sense of responsibility from childhood. In any situation, calm and balance are essential. Those who live with Jews realize that they rarely lose their serenity, especially for unimportant things. Even in the most difficult times, they maintain composure and emotional stability. It's no use despairing, no one will pay for it, warns popular wisdom. They know that stress does not benefit, only harms health, and that spending nerves do not recover. These principles are not just advice, they are lessons forged over centuries of experience. If applied with wisdom, they can be the guide to those seeking not only financial stability, but also peace of mind on the way towards success.